Hey people, what's up? Viper Strikes 38 here, and today, guys, I'm going to do my review of WWE Fastlane, which happened today. I hope you guys all had a good Sunday. Just so much stuff to watch, from Fastlane to the Oscars to The Walking Dead. It's a packed Sunday of stuff to watch, and sorry I wasn't really live tweeting with any of you guys during Fastlane. I just did not want any spoilers for the Oscars because I DVR'd the Oscars and I DVR'd The Walking Dead. So I did not want to see any spoilers on Twitter, so I barely tweeted on there at all during the show, only at certain times when I thought I would express my opinion about Fastlane. But mostly I stayed off of Fastlane. I'm not sorry for that, but if you're wondering why I was not really live tweeting during the show, that's why, because I didn't want any spoilers for The Walking Dead or the Oscars. And I gotta say, this pay-per-view wasn't too bad. The pay-per-view was decent, and I gotta say it was kind of nice to watch it for free on the WWE Network. That's right, I tried out the WWE Network this month for free, and so far I like it, and it was just nice to watch it on the network for the first time, and for the first pay-per-view to watch on the network for the first time, it was alright. For free, it was alright, and I might keep the WWE Network, even if I had to pay next month. I think I might pay for next month and watch WrestleMania on the WWE Network, because that would be a lot more luxurious. So I think I might keep it for the WrestleMania, and then if WrestleMania sucks, I'll probably get rid of it. So we'll have to see, but so far I like the WWE Network, and maybe again I'll do another review on it sometime for my part 2 of it, because I reviewed it once, but enough of that bullshit, guys. Now before I get into the Fastlane review, I also want to say that in case you guys have missed any of my recent YouTube videos, my Royal Rumble review is in the description below. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can. And now on to Fastlane. So, to start off WWE Fastlane, we had Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, and Ryback versus Seth Rollins, Big Show, and Kane. And Seth Rollins, Big Show, and Kane won. I didn't care for this match because I didn't care too much for this opening match because it was too slow-paced. Way too slow-paced, and the crowd was somewhat into it. I'll give the crowd that. It was somewhat into it, but it was still a very boring match to start off the pay-per-view, I thought. But it was a good spot, though, to see Randy Orton return. Randy Orton returned when the Authority, Seth Rollins, Big Show, all of them were beating down Ziggler, Eric Rowan, and Ryback after the match. They were all beating them down. And then Randy Orton came out, made the save, and gave everyone RKOs, except Seth Rollins, who ran away into the backstage area. And I don't think he gave one to the Big Show, but he gave one to Kane and the J&J security, so that was pretty entertaining to see, and it was just good to see Randy Orton back. The crowd gave a good pop for him, so it was good to see Randy Orton return. And then you had Stardust versus Goldust. Goldust won. They might continue this feud into WrestleMania, but we'll see. I think they will, based on the backstage segment they had after this match. But I really do not care for that match. That match was just boring, too. That match was... I mean, some people may disagree with me. It's just my opinion. But Stardust versus Goldust just put me to sleep, man. That song was just so boring. Or not... That match was so... It was just kind of boring and just too slow-paced for me. I didn't care for it. So I don't know why the fuck I said that. I apologize, guys. I'm clearly out of it today, but yeah, didn't care much for Stardust versus Goldust. Pretty boring match. Then we had the Usos versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd for the tag team titles, and Cesaro and Tyson Kidd won, and they are the new tag team champions. Congratulations to Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Very good back and forth match. I, for one, would not mind to see this match happen again at WrestleMania. In a rematch against the Usos. A very, very good match. And then after the match, you had Triple H and Steen have a confrontation in the ring, and Triple H... I kind of like Triple H's promo. He was talking about how Steen was the last of WCW, and he stayed there even though Triple H helped put WCW out of business, and he was talking about that. And basically Triple H was saying, if you walk away now, then, I don't know, something like, if you walk away now, we will still respect your legacy in WCW. We will sell your merchandise. We will sell more Sting DVDs, all this stuff. And the thing that was kind of weird was that Sting did not say a single word. He just kept on glaring at Triple H, and then Triple H was like, or we could do this the other way. And I gotta say, it was kind of cool because for once Triple H did not have on the corporate suit, the COO suit. He was in street clothes, he was in a leather jacket, and he was wearing a Triple H shirt and all that. He was in street clothes. So I was like, oh man, shit's about to get real when Triple H isn't wearing his corporate suit. So yeah, Triple H was like, or we can do this the other way, where I will fight, or I will brawl with you. And so Triple H starts to fight with Sting. He beats him down. Then he grabs a sledgehammer, and then right as he's about to hit Sting with the sledgehammer, Sting has a baseball bat, and he puts it up to Triple H's throat, threatening Triple H to hit him with it. And Triple H dropped his hammer. And then what I thought was really cool was Sting, after Triple H drops his hammer in the corner, Sting points the bat at the WrestleMania sign, and then Triple H is like, "All right, you want that?" And I mean, it wasn't over the mic, but you could tell that he agreed to the match. And so we will see Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania 31. I really liked this confrontation. I thought it was very well done. I wish Sting would have spoke a little bit, but if he just was glaring and pointing the bat at the WrestleMania sign, that's good enough for me. And Triple H tried to attack Sting when Sting turned his back, but then Sting turned around, clubbed him in the gut with the bat, and then did his what is it, the Scorpion Droppers? I can't remember the name of it, but he does his finisher to Triple H and walks out of the ring. Very good segment. And then you have the Divas title match between Paige versus Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella retains. It was an okay match. But the crowd could not give a damn. They did not make a sound throughout the whole match, so the crowd did not give a shit about this match, even though I thought it was okay, but the crowd didn't give a damn. Then you have the Intercontinental Championship match between Ambrose versus Bad News Barrett. Bad News Barrett retains by disqualification, but Dean Ambrose beats him down and does his finisher after the match and takes Bad News Barrett's Intercontinental Championship and just walks out of the ring, which I thought was pretty funny. I wish that more babyface wrestlers would do that when they lose by disqualification. Just take the heel's title and just walk out. I for one find that pretty entertaining. But again, the crowd was not really much into this match. They kind of were at the beginning, but they just didn't give a damn in the middle of the match. And I don't know why. They were kind of on and off tonight for Memphis, Tennessee. They were kind of on and off for some matches. And yeah. And now this, to me, kind of surprised me. We heard the Undertaker's druids, however you call them, they come out to that music, and they're carrying the torches, and they are carrying a coffin, which I actually thought had the Undertaker in it. And they start playing the Undertaker's theme music, and I was like, it could be the Undertaker, but it wouldn't really make too much sense for him just to come back without facing somebody. And then, so I kind of knew that something was up. And then right as the coffin gets to the ring, the Druids open it up, and there's Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt, I actually really liked Bray Wyatt's promo. He talked about how he used to be afraid of The Undertaker. But ever since The Undertaker lost, he's just like everybody else, and he is weak like everybody else, and Bray Wyatt is no longer afraid of him, and Bray Wyatt wants to send him home permanently, and wants to face him, and basically called him out for WrestleMania. And I thought it was a really good promo by Bray Wyatt. I mean, he made it clear of what he wanted to do. He wanted to take The Undertaker out of WWE for good, send him to retirement, and wants to face him at WrestleMania. So very good promo by Bray Wyatt. We're going to see Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania, which should be a damn good, entertaining match. I think it'll be a damn good match with lots of entertainment and lots of good Bray Wyatt promos. I, for one, would not mind to see a Bray Wyatt Undertaker promo where both of them are talking in the ring. I think that would be very interesting. So I'm very interested in this feud now, in this match. I think it'll be a very good match. Then we have Rusev versus John Cena for the United States Championship. Rusev retains. It was a good back-and-forth match, I thought. The The crowd was into it. At first they were chanting Cena, let's go Cena, Cena sucks, and then they started chanting USA. So the crowd was into this match, and a good match. And the ending was not predictable. I thought the ending was pretty good because Lana got involved, and then Rusev kicked John Cena in the groin, and then he puts John Cena in the accolade submission for a third time. John Cena did not tap out, but he passed out. So Rusev retains by submission, even though John Cena never tapped out, which I thought was a very interesting booking to end that match. And we're probably going to see Rusev versus John Cena at WrestleMania. I kind of figured that Rusev wouldn't lose in this match to John Cena, but he might lose at WrestleMania. But either way, a very good match between Rusev versus John Cena. And I actually kind of like the finish because John Cena was never pinned. It did not end in disqualification. It did not end in countout. And ended by submission by John Cena passing out. So I thought that was a very interesting finish. So Rusev retains. Then for the main event, you have Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns wins regardless of the outcome. It was a good back-and-forth match between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Very good back-and-forth match, and I was glad to see that the crowd got behind it. The crowd was chanting for Daniel Bryan. They were chanting, yes, yes, yes. There was a few Roman Reigns chants. So I was glad to see that the crowd got into it. And for once, maybe it's because it wasn't in Philly, but the crowd did not riot after the match. They did not block wrestlers in the parking lot. They were not booing the shit out of the main event at the end. They all seemed fairly content with the finish of, even though Roman Reigns won, it was still a good match. Probably one of the best matches I've seen Roman Reigns in a long time, because I know a lot of people and I agree with them. He's not ready for WrestleMania for the main event for the World Championship, but him and Daniel Bryan put on a good match tonight. So very good match. And all in all, Fastlane was a decent pay-per-view. It was much better than the Royal Rumble. The beginning of the pay-per-view kind of dragged. I was a little worried about the beginning because of the six-man tag team match. I thought that was really dragged out, and I did not really care much for Goldust versus Stardust, so I thought that those two matches really dragged. But then it picked up with the tag team title match. I thought that was a really good tag team title match, so it picked up there. I liked Randy Orton's return. The tag team match, like I said, was good for the titles. That was good. Steen and Triple H's confrontation was great. Bray Wyatt calling out the Undertaker was good. Rusev versus John Cena was good. And Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns was good. The rest of the card with Bad News Barrett versus Dean Ambrose, that was okay, but the crowd wasn't really into it, like I said. And the Divas match was okay, but nobody cared. But all in all, I'd give Fastlane a 7 out of 10 stars. The crowd was okay with some matches, but they could have been better with others, like I said. The crowd was I kind of wish it was an East Coast crowd or a West Coast crowd or something like that, but for the most part, the crowd was okay, but it could have been better. Hopefully for WrestleMania, the crowd will be even better, but we'll just have to see. But anyway, guys, that's my review. I hope you guys have had a good Sunday. Lots of stuff to watch, like I said. And let me know what you thought of Fastlane. Like I said, I thought it was decent, 7 out of 10. So like my video, comment on my video, and let me know what you guys think of Fastlane, and subscribe to my channel. And that's going to do it, guys. I will talk to you soon.